City Manager.
Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker. Good morning to you. Good morning to His Worship, the Mayor. Good morning to the Deputy Mayor, the Whip of Council in absentia, the honorable members of this House. Ngikhuleke kumakhosi aseNdlunkulu, ngiyathobeka. Ngibingelela amalunga omphakathi asijoyina ngokuxhakaxhaka bemshini yesimanje manje. And good morning to the members of the public who are joining us through live streaming, the members of the media, executive directors in the House, directors, colleagues, ladies and gentlemen. I greet you all in the mighty name of Jesus Christ of Nazareth.
Amen.
I hereby wish to read the notice of the meeting to all members of eThekwini Council in terms of Section 29, subsection 1 of the Local Government Municipal Structures Act number 117 of 1998 as amended and as per the directive by the Speaker. Members are hereby notified that an ordinary meeting of the eThekwini Municipal Council will be held on Wednesday, the 3rd of September 2025 at 10 in Inkosi Albert Luthuli International Convention Center on number 45 Bram Fisher Road, Durban. I thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Thank you very much, City Manager. I will now request all council members and members of the public who are part of the meeting that you all rise for the singing of national anthem. Let's rise.
Let us all unite and celebrate together the victories won for our liberation. Let us dedicate ourselves to rise together to defend our liberty and unity. Oh, sons and daughters of Africa, flesh of the sun and flesh of the sky, let us make Africa the tree of life. Let us all unite and sing together to uphold the bonds that frame our destiny, our destiny. Let us dedicate ourselves to fight together for lasting peace and justice, honor. Oh, sons and daughters of Africa, flesh of the sun and flesh of the sky, let us make Africa the tree of life. Let us all unite and toil together to give the best we have to Africa, the cradle of mankind and fount of culture, of pride and hope and break of dawn. Oh, sons and daughters of Africa, flesh of the sun and flesh of the sky, let us make Africa the tree of life.
Malo paganeso pandavaya
take a few seconds for prayers and meditation. Thank you very much. You may take your seats.
Yeah, Pindlov. Yeah, Pindlov.
Thank you very much. We are following the order of procedure as it contained in our main agenda, page number 4. We are now on item 5 on the official announcements. I will read those few announcements. The eThekwini municipality is saddened by the passing of Council Member Councillor Rajesh Rampasad, who was called to rest on the 6th of August 2025. Condolences to the Rampasad family, his political party, and all the constituencies that he served. Councillors, mainly ward councillors, you are reminded of the community infrastructure projects, popularly known as CIP, consultation session scheduled regionally commencing tomorrow, on the 4th of September 2025. Invitations with detail have been circulated through your emails. Councillors, you are also encouraged to conduct yourself with dignity and decency during these council proceedings and in compliance with the expectations in terms of the code of conduct of councillors. Political party whips and whips of committees are reminded that it is also your responsibility or your duty to manage the behavior of your councillors. The emphasis is hereby made that when a matter is being put to the vote, there should be no movement, as this has a negative impact on the numbers. Siyafisa kulabo abazalwa ngenyanga ka August, sibafisele insuku ezinhle nezimnandi ezinjabulo zokuzalwa kwabo. Imemezelo lezo, emveni kwememezelo ngokwe agenda item 6 umbiko lo ophuma ehhovisi lika Somlomo, so funda ke ngokuqondiswa noma ukuyalelwa ke imithetho yomkhandlu ukuthi lokho asikwenze njalo uma sihlangene ukubika ngezinto ezenzekile enyangeni edlule. So qala ke ku item number 2 on municipal activities, 2.1 on community or stakeholder engagements. One of the main objectives of the local government is to encourage the involvement of communities and community organizations in its local government matters through appropriate established mechanisms such as report back to the local community, public meetings and public hearings by the municipal council. Over the month of August 2025, the communities from Ward 2, Ward 8, and Ward 103 convened a joint protest due to unhappiness with electricity supply, roads, and water supply in the Gwangolosi and Wanyuswa areas. As part of the intervening regarding the above-mentioned raised concerns, a meeting was held on the 19th August 2025 between the Provincial Department of Transport and the Municipality Road Directorate to address the road-related matters. Among the deliberations was the ownership issue in terms of accountability between the province and the municipality. After the deliberations, it was agreed that the Department of Transport and the eThekwini Municipality Roads Department will, in the interim, jointly embark on a road maintenance interventions in the affected areas while establishing the accountability matter. Another intervention meeting was held with the officials from the Municipality Electricity Department and Water Directorate to outline challenges by addressing the raised community concerns from the said communities pertaining the above areas that I've mentioned before. Once the intervention meeting had been concluded, a joint public meeting was successfully convened on the 23rd August 2025 at Gwanyuswa Sport Ground to advise communities on plans in place to address the concerns raised. It will be noted that the above-mentioned public meetings, there are other engagement undertaken by councillors in pursuit of the keeping communities abreast of service delivery matters and council decisions through various platforms. Council members note that, as was reported previously, the quarterly regional-based engagement will be convened for councillors to provide updates on ward-based projects as contained in the 2025-2026 budget. The main objective of the engagement is to enable councillors to monitor implementation of respective projects, to be alerted timelessly if there are delays with the projects, and to empower councillors to communicate same with committee members, ward committees, and all relevant stakeholders in the ward. A schedule of the said regional councillors' engagement, once finalized, will be communicated. It is critical that councillors attend the sessions to avoid disputes that normally arise toward financial year end when draft budget is being prepared. Linked to the above are councillor consultations and community infrastructure project, CIP. Councillors will note that a process has commenced for councillors to identify ward-based projects, and it will be followed by consultation sessions that have been scheduled as follows. On the 4th September 2025, the Outer West region in the Pinetown Council Chamber, 9:30 in the morning. All councillors are expected to attend these meetings. The Inner West is at Pinetown Council Chamber, 1 o'clock. On the 5th of September, the North region, Midway Mall, Sizakala Boardroom, 9:30 on the 5th. Central City Hall, the venue, 2 o'clock. On the 9th, in the South region, City Hall at 9 o'clock. The purpose of the proposed engagement and consultation is to confirm the 2025-2026 submitted ward priorities with regions, to introduce the professional teams and all stakeholders, to provide status on the 2024-2025 CIP programs. Invites to the sessions will be sent directly to councillors, and they are urged to attend and be empowered on the 2025-2026 CIP implementation plan. Now, on the changes in the municipal council, over the month of August, several changes in council took place, from the members resigning and one being called to rest as per the list below. Councillor Sanelisiwe Chipure, Democratic Alliance. Councillor Emmanuel Mhlongo, Democratic Alliance. As we have reported that Councillor Rampasat is deceased. Now, Council welcome the following councillors that have been appointed to join this big family of the eThekwini Council. Apologies in advance if I might maybe pronounce your surnames and your name incorrectly. We have is Councillor Saul David Baksin, who replaced Councillor Bongmusa Upega, is from Action SA. Welcome, Councillor. I believe we are part of the meeting. Can I have an indication of a hand? Are you present? Thank you very much. You are welcome. You are welcome. Thank you very much. Councillor Tozama Koka is replacing Councillor Paruk from Action SA. I believe, Councillor Koka, you are also present. Are you present? Well, okay, thank you very much. You are welcome. Thank you, Councillor. We have Councillor Deborah N. Is replacing Councillor Sanelisiwe Chipure from a Democratic Alliance. Councillor N, are you present? Thank you very much. You are welcome, Councillor. Thank you. There's Councillor Tenail Kelly N, who replaced the late Councillor Rampasat from the Democratic Alliance. Are you present? He's not present. Okay, thank you very much. Council currently have 3 vacancies, of which 2 are for PR, councillors from the DA, and Abantu Boto Congress, APC, and ward councillor, which will be filled through the by-election job as a Shilo Ngaphezulu. Now, representation on the municipal public accounts, this is MPEC. The MPEC membership is proportionally allocated, as you all know, as follows. The ANC, they've got 5 councillors. DA, they've got 3. EFF, they've got 1. IFP, 1. Action SA, 1. The MPEC had 2 vacancies arising from the resignation of a Democratic Alliance member and Action SA member, Beshilo Sboniso Sbisi from DA and Councillor Paruk from Action SA. The party leadership has advised the Office of the Speaker that the said vacancies shall be filled by Councillor Hlengiwe Shozi and Councillor Tozama Koka from DA and the Action SA. It therefore resolved that the Municipal Council approved the appointment of Councillor Hlengiwe Shozi representing the DA and Councillor Tozama Qoqa representing the HNSA to the Municipal Public Accounts Committee, MPAC, replacing Councillor Sboniso, CBC, and Councillor Paruk. On the Ethics Committee, the membership of the Ethics Committee as one of the Municipal Council committees is allocated proportionally as per the following. The ANC have 4, the DA have 3, the EFF 1, Inkatha Freedom Party IFP 1. A vacancy has been created in the Ethics Committee from the resignation of Councillor Sanelisiwe Chibure, representing the Democratic Alliance. The DA whip has requested that Councillor Xoliswa Mdlazi be appointed to the Ethics Committee, replacing Councillor Chibure. Therefore, Council approve the appointment of Councillor Xoliswa Mdlazi as a member of the Ethics Committee representing the Democratic Alliance, replacing Councillor Sanelisiwe as we have reported earlier. This report is submitted to Council for consideration. Thank you very much, Councillors, for listening. But 2 issues that I want to emphasize is that please honor these regional meetings where issues of budget, your priorities, CIPs will be discussed. Honor those meetings. Please be on time. They are very much important. Thank you very much for listening, Councillors. City Manager, item 7, applications for leave of absence.
Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker. Please allow me to read the following applications for leave of absence. 1, Councillor D.V. Msweli requests to leave at 4 p.m. if the meeting will not be done. Councillor R. Singh, indisposed. Councillor N.I. Madlala, on municipal business from today to the 12th of the 9th. Councillor M.P. Mkize, on municipal business. Councillor J. Anipen, indisposed. Councillor T. Mia, not available due to personal commitments. Councillor J. Anipen, oh yes, I've spoken about Councillor J. Anipen. Inkos Yawamlaba, not available due to personal commitments. Kosi Mangangeni, not indisposed for today. Councillor A. Shahid, not available due to personal commitments. Councillor P. Ndlovu, request to leave at 13:30. Councillor M. H. Khan, indisposed. Councillor P. Pillay, not available due to personal commitments. Councillor B. W. Pewa, not available due to personal commitments. Councillor M. R. Mgonyama, indisposed from today to the 4th of the 9th. Councillor S. Kumete, not available due to personal commitments. Councillor Z. Solomon's, personal commitments for today. Councillor T.K. Booth, personal commitments for today. Councillor I. Said, indisposed. The following councillors are not available today due to personal commitments. Councillor M.S. Kwala, Councillor M.A. Mkize, Councillor J. Naidu, Councillor M. Tusi, Councillor B. Dlamini, Councillor Zondi, Councillor N. Zondi, Councillor S. Mcinega, Councillor N. Webster, Councillor F. James, Councillor S. Gabela. Honorable Speaker, those are the applications for the leave of absence. I thank you.
Thank you, City
Speaker.
Manager. I can see there are councillors who raise their hands. Councillor Chai Chai.
Good morning, Speaker, colleagues. I would like to confirm if leave of absence for Councillor Edward Umgadi was read. If not, I will wish to submit it.
Okay, thank you. Councillor Che?
Thank you, Speaker. I'm just confirming that I am present.
Thank you for that correction. Councillor Ndlela?
Speaker, Councillor Barbara Fontaine is not in KZN, is going to municipality business.
Thank you. Councillor Hlengwa?
Madam Speaker, it's Councillor Bongani Mkunu, not available today from J.
Can you repeat yourself, Councillor Hlengwa?
Councillor Bongani Mkunu
Bongani Mkhono,
from
okay.
J.
Okay, thank you for that. Councillors, I think we have taken all the hands that were up. Thank you for that. Councillors?
Sorry, Speaker.
Yes, City Manager?
Sorry, there was another one that was erroneously omitted. Whip of Council, Councillor Sishanga and Councillor Shlomuga are also not available today, indisposed.
Yeah, thank you very much, City Manager, and all the councillors. Are all the leave of absence are great, councillors? Thank you very much. Item number 8, declaration of interest. Any councillor to declare interest, please raise your hands. You will be recognized. Okay. It means now we'll move to item number 9, which is the confirmation of the
Speaker.
minutes. Councillor Zondi.
Thank you, Speaker. Greetings to you and the councillors. Speaker, I want to check la ukuthi sine reports yaka ethics enama council. I don't know whether bazo declare masengena a report, Speaker, because I report iphambi kwawo or ama council establish. Thank you.
Okay. Procedurally, at item 8 in the order of procedure, if there is any report where your name as a councillor is mentioned or appears, you use this item 8 to declare and to report to council that in the ethics report or in the executive report, they have an interest on this matter, then you explain to council for council to know that if there are councillors that are mentioned in the ethics report, they should have used this opportunity to inform or to advise council of that. That is why this item is here. But the chair of ethics is bringing to my attention that the report that ethics has submitted to council contains some of the names of councillors, but those councillors have not declared interest. I believe that we still have to give them that opportunity. Otherwise, we'll proceed when we are in that item. We will deal with them because I don't want to waste council time. There are two hands. Let me start this side. Councillor Kwela.
Thank you very much, Speaker. I would like to excuse myself on the ethics report, which
Councillor
is on page 4.
Kwela, can you please speak closer to the microphone so that you can be audible?
I think I'm audible now.
Yes, you are.
Thank you. On item 4, can I be excused on item 4 on ethics?
Item 4 on ethics. Thank you. Thank you for that. Thank you very much, Councillor Kwela, for that. Councillor Kabena.
Thank you. Good morning, Speaker. Good morning, colleagues. Chair, Speaker, we're just a bit confused because we've not had sight of any ethics report. I've checked my emails. The only email I received was your Speaker's report. There's nothing that seems to be laid on table. So if we can just be directed as to
Okay.
where is the report contained and how was it circulated, please?
Okay, I will check with the team that support the speaker. Whether can I get the confirmation? I'm getting the feedback that the report, all of you now, you have it in your desk. It has been distributed. Okay,
No, Speaker.
okay, let's do this. Yeah. Let's do that. Yeah. What I have, order. Order, come down. Right. The email has been circulated to all of you this morning, right? Now, that is fine. But those who have not received the email, the team will resend that email. Then, while the secretariats are making those copies available to those councillors who have not received copies, we are going to make a plan for all of you to get the email and to get copies. For now, let's not deal with this item of councillors expected to declare, while I have been informed that not all of you have received the report. Let's close the discussion on ethics and declaration like that. But there are hands that I have to recognize. Councillor Mtetwa.
No, Chair, I think you've covered me because I wanted us to resolve on the issue of declaration because those that have not received the report, they had nothing to declare.
Thank you. I've covered you. Councillor Mwango.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I was going to suggest that maybe you check which councillors haven't received copies before you print many copies and waste money, because we have received copies this side. Maybe it's just few councillors.
Okay. Thank you. The information I have from my team is that all council members have received it. But I'm getting a different response. Now I'm trying to fix that, hence Zoe have left the desk here, is trying to find out that information so that she can assist those caucuses without copies. Thank you, councillors. We will deal with that item later. Let's move, councillors, on item 9. We are now confirming minutes. There are two sets. We are going to deal with the ordinary meetings now, then later the in-committee meeting. This meeting was on the 31st of July, 2025. We will, I'm sure all of you, we have copies. We will start with the corrections, then later deal with the matters, the approval and matters arising. Page 5294, just raise your hand if there are corrections. 5295, 5296, 5297, 5298, 5299, 53000, 5301, 5302, 5303, 5304, 5305, 5306. The last page is 5307. There are no corrections, councillors. Now, if there are no corrections, let me have the hand that move for the adoption of the minutes. Councillor Kwela.
Thank you, Speaker. I move.
Councillor Kwela move for the adoption. And the seconder? In the seconder, Councillor Changase.
I second the motion, Speaker. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Councillor Changasa. Second, any matters arising from the minute? Just refer us to a page and the paragraph if there are any. Okay, thank you very much. There's none. As I've indicated earlier, the minute of the in-committee will deal with them at the time. Now, let's quickly move now to item 11. Item 11, these are questions in terms of section 27 of the rules of order. The first question is in page 5. I hope that the committee is ready with the responses. Let council have answers on the first question on page 5.
Thank you, Speaker, and greetings to the House. We do have responses. We received questions from Councillor Ganas of the Democratic Alliance. So, in response of question number 1, in Bayview, we have a total of 863 units. In Westcliff, we have a total of 713 units. And in Crossmore, we have a total of 28. Number 2, Bayview, the total number is of units is 863. Legal tenants are 818 and illegal tenants are 45. In Westcliff, we have a total of legal tenants of 513 and illegal tenants are 200. In Crossmore, we have a legal tenants, total number of legal tenants rather are 20 and illegal tenants are 8. Question number 3, yes, we do have records for illegal tenants and how they gain access to municipal flats. Question number 4, yes, the Human Settlement Rental Housing section has a record of illegal structures for Bayview, Westcliff, and Crossmore. Question number 5, the response for the departments for illegal invasion of the units is as follows. 1, an inspection is carried out to confirm the identity of the occupants. If the individual is not a registered leaseholder, a contravention notice is issued. 2, notice to vacate. Occupants are given 30 days to vacate the premises. 3, legal action. Where there is non-compliance, the matter is referred to legal department to obtain an eviction order, court order. Illegal structures. Regarding the illegal or unauthorized structures, the department follows a coordinated approach, which is number 1, site inspections, photographs for the structures are taken, and details of the responsible tenants, individuals, are recorded. 2, contravention notice issued to the person responsible requesting demolition of the unauthorized structure. 3, referral to buildings, to building inspectorates. The matter is escalated to the building inspectorates department, who issue their own contravention notice in terms of the municipal building bylaws. 4, legal escalation. Where there is a continued non-compliance, the matter is escalated for a court's application to obtain both a demolition and eviction order. The legal department has taken action against all existing illegal structures in all three areas: tenants, challenged the application for demolition of these structures through the courts as well. The matter is with legal department. Question number 6, Bayview, 829 tenants. They are in areas of 829 tenants. They are in areas of 16,202,192 rand 87 cent. In Westcliff, 1,186,345 rand 18 cent. In Crossmore, they are in areas of 2,146,483 rand 11 cent. Number 7, the debts is referred to debt management for recovery, but tenants are advised often of their arrears. Question number 8, tenants that have applied are 255 in Bayview. Tenants that have not applied are 608. In Westcliff, tenants that have applied are 216. Tenants that have not applied are 497. In Crossmore, tenants that have applied are 278. And tenants that have not applied are 28.
Councillor Mvubu, your 5 minutes has expired. Please forward those responses to the author of the question. I want to remind you, councillors, that there is a standing council decision that when we are responding to questions, you are allocated 5 minutes only. If you could not finish to respond, you must make sure that you email those responses or answers to the author of the question. I would request that Councillor Mbubu do that. Thank you very much.
No, thanks, Chair. We'll definitely do this. They were quite lengthy questions.
Thank you very
We'll try
much.
our best. Thanks.
Thank you. Let's move to page 7.
Thank you, Honourable Speaker, all the colleagues and officials, and also members of the public. Response to Honourable Singh from the committee. 1, reducing demand requires a holistic approach. The strategy contains intervention from the bulk level, reticulation, and up to domestic consumer. Such strategies have proven to assist in demand reduction, that is during the 2016 drought period. Question 2, the municipality does not support blanket penalties on law-abiding residents for inefficiencies that are institutional. Where water restriction or flow limits are applied, it is to manage system stability and protect supply to all, not as punishment for municipality inefficiency. It's an enforcement action such as disconnections or penalties are targeted at illegal connections, meter bypassing and non-payment, not at residents using water legitimate. Number 3, the municipality has prioritized water loss reduction as a core pillar of the turnaround strategy with the following intervention. 1, active leak detection and repairs. A dedicated team is rolling out systematic leak detection and repair, prioritizing high loss zones. 2, pressure management, installation of pressure reduction valves and zoning of the network to stabilize flows and prevent burst. 3, metering and billing accuracy, replacement of old faulty meters, and improved data management to ensure accurate billing and reduce commercial loss. 4, pipe relaying and pipe replacement. A budget has been provided in MTREF to progressively replace old pipes and prevent leaks. Important of supporting budget, Honourable Singh. Number 5, community engagement, awareness campaigns to address illegal connections, water leaks, and encourage public participation. Time frame for visible improvement is number 6, short term, 0 to 6 months. Reduction is visible leaks quicker repair turnaround times, improve reporting, and stabilizing of system pressure. Number 7, medium term is 6 to 18 months, noticeable reduction in non-revenue water through pipe replacement, metering upgrades, and strong enforcement of illegal connection. Number 8, long term is 18 to 36 months, sustainable reduction in overall loss is from 58 to 40% or less. Then question 4, the root cause of these financial loss are largely systemic and structural rather than the results of individual misconduct. Key challenges include aging infrastructure, 2, historical underinvestment in maintenance and infrastructure renewal and replacement. Number 3, high level of illegal connections and vandalism. The water and sanitation turnaround strategy is intended to address all these infrastructure lapses. Question 5, the municipality has submitted a business plan investment to National Treasury as part of the turnaround strategy submission for accessing the incentive grant, and the plan has been approved by National Treasury. Furthermore, the implementation action plan is being finalized and will be submitted to National Treasury. These documents are available and can be presented at any time when requested. Number 6, various interventions are being rolled out as part of non-revenue water plan. These range from pipe replacement, metering, proactive leak detection and repair, pressure management, and provision of alternative source like groundwater in areas with no reticulation. Item 7, number 7, this approach started 2 years ago and is ongoing. Number 8, response billing data, reservoir night leakage measuring. Number 9, the last one, yes, this can be done as part of strengthening transparency and accountability and to give confidence to stakeholders. A presentation of the municipality restrictor program is attached for reference. Thank you, Honourable Speaker.
Thank you very much, Councillor Nkosi. Please do, as I've advised, all of you who are about to respond, that send those responses to Councillor Singh. Thank you very much for those responses. We are now moved to page 8. I will invite His Worship, the Mayor, Councillor Xaba, to table the first report of the Executive Committee. Your Worship.
Greetings to you, Honourable Speaker, to our Deputy Mayor, colleagues in the Executive, all councillors, City Manager and Senior Managers, Amakosi, Asendlunkulu, the public watching us on TV. It's my pleasure and honor, Speaker, to table the report, the first Executive Committee report to this August House. I must say at this point, Speaker, that I did not see my signature on the report, but I confirm that the report emanates from the office of the Mayor. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Your Worship. On this item, I've got a few speakers. Oh, sorry, City Manager. I should have invited the City Manager to present the item. So please.
Thank you very much, Honourable Speaker. Item 1 of this report is 2025-2026 individual performance agreements and individual performance plans for Section 54 and Section 56 managers. Committee recommends.
Thank you, City Manager. As I've indicated earlier, there are speakers on the item. The first speaker is from the IFP, is Councillor NC Nchai. The second speaker is from the NFP, Deputy Mayor, Councillor Zet Mieni. The third speaker is from Action SA, is Councillor Zeti Mngwango with 2 minutes donated from MKP and PRM. Is MKP present?
Yeah, will speak.
Is PRM present? PRM?
Present, Bob.
Are you present?
PRM present, yes.
Thank you. Then the fourth and the last speaker is from the ANC, is Councillor N. Kuzwayo. In that order, Councillor Nchai.
Thank you, Speaker. The IFP supports the item of the drafted KPAs, hoping that in terms of the draft, our managers are gonna make sure that they respect and follow the procedures in terms of their duties and employment, because kubanzima kabi ukuthi sibe nama managers mhlambe agcina kunemsebenzi elimaza thina as ama politicians, more especially most of the work is getting delayed because of the fact that you find some of the documents are not signed, or there is something that is outstanding and maybe it's lying in the office of the manager. So we hope that these KPAs will make everything easy, and that the system that is going to take place, it's going to be monitored accordingly. As we can see, it's also going to via to the office of the MEC for COGTA. So they're going to take their work seriously. And we are having managers that we don't even know, some of them, what they are doing. I'm not saying all of them, but I honestly don't even know some of the managers. What are they doing? When are they taking action in making sure that our eThekwini municipality is up and running? Thank you so much.
Thank you. There's a correction here that the deputy mayor is a speaker on another item, not on this one. There was a mistake. Apologies for that. Councillor Mngwango.
Thank you, Honourable Speaker. I think, firstly, Speaker, we must have performance assessment for the mayor who's not signing the report, so that next time he must sign the report. He must account to this council. On a serious note, Honourable Speaker, Action SA do welcome this report. However, one need to emphasize, especially to the city manager, to really play serious oversight over the management. Because if you look at KPAs, it talks about service delivery and also talks about good governance, but there are many concerns out there. If you look at the complaints from the public around the level of service delivery and the quality of our services to communities, it actually leaves a lot of questions, which means more work needs to be done in ensuring that the senior management is actually performing, and also ensuring around the issue of good governance. We cannot really have good governance in the municipality if we still incur continuous, irregular and wasteful expenditure. That tells you these cracks in our systems. So therefore, we are appealing that city manager can play really a close look in terms of performance per department, so that we don't find ourselves always writing off irregular expenditures, and also having communities complaining about poor service delivery in this municipality. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Councillor Mngwango. Councillor Kuzwayo.
Ngiyabonga kakhulu, Honorable Speaker. Greetings to you, greetings to the Honorable Mayor, Deputy Mayor, and fellow councillors. Ngiyakhuleka kakhulu kumakhosi aseNdlunkulu. Siqala nje lenyanga ebalekile umandulo nokuyinyanga yamagugu kithi.
Honorable Speaker, ngiyafisa ukuthi ngikhumbuze ukhansela uNtshayintshayo ukuthi labantu ababhalwe kule agenda baqashwa yithina. Lawo athi akabazi kodwa ugqoke kahle ikhansela uNtshayintshayo. Hey. Kodwa baqashwe yithina. These are other managers that are employed by council. And therefore that's why they are submitting these IPPs and IPAs to us. But to get into the debate, Honorable Speaker, this is of course a vital step for senior managers to submit these IPAs and IPPs because this is going to be an instrument to ensure that there is a clear and measured targets in terms of performance. But also it's important when it comes to the alignment with our strategic priorities and of course the integrated development plan, the SDBIP and other strategic objectives. This will guarantee that the work of senior managers directly contributes to improved service delivery njengoba kade emphasizer ubaba uMncwangu. But it's also important when it comes to monitoring and evaluation about But it's also important when it comes to monitoring and evaluation because these performance agreements provide a structured I emphasize that point very well. We will be able to monitor, evaluate on a quarterly and on an annual basis, and this will also help us to identify if there are any gaps or any kind of underperformance and take corrective measures early while we also celebrate excellence wherever it occurs. I think we've seen a lot of it around since the city manager introduced some of these programs like the inner city regeneration program. We are told Kulugu Speaker. Abantu abaqhamuka kwamanye amadolobha bencoma ukuthi cha laze la clean bo iTheku. Recently ubaba uMayor hosted some delegation from the UN Habitat and other parts of the world, and these colleagues of ours really commended the work that has been done to ensure that the city is cleaner. Bakusho nje wagcwala umlomo nabaqhamuka even kwamanye ama cities locally ukuthi hey laze la clean iTheku. So there's a lot of work that has
emakethe
yabona iyahlupa ke speaker indaba ukuthi abantu bengabi nento abazoyisho ngereport kodwa manje bese bayavukela ngokukhuluma. Iyahlupa indaba okuvukela. When it comes to capacity and development, these IPPs and IPAs also come with personal development goals for the senior managers. Kuyasijabulisa nje kakhulu ukuthi bazi ukuthi abakafiki, they have not made it, but they want to further develop themselves so that they are able to serve the municipality better. I however want to emphasize that performance plans should also cater for capacity building because you can't have, you'll never ever reach a point where you say, I know I have enough capacity now. Once you reach that point, then you'll become aloof and won't be able to serve us ngendlela ofanele ukuthi serving ngayo. So we really appreciate seeing that in these plans. The other important issue is that of compliance and consequence management. I think we can overemphasize that because we know that there are relevant legislation that relate to this, which is the MSA, the MFMA, and other regulations. And there must be consistent link between the performance outcomes, the rewards, the consequences, so that accountability is indeed meaningful. And lastly, it's the impact on service delivery. Ultimately, the true measure of all of these plans is service delivery. It's what the people on the ground perceive the municipality to be doing. Uma abantu bezoqhubeka be-complaining ngama-potholes, beqhubeka be-complaining ngama-outages, beqhubeka be-complaining ngokungabikho kwamanzi, then these plans are really not going to mean anything. So ke siyafisa kakhulu ukuthi ke city manager ayiqhumise isitrephu nathi sosiqhumisa kuyena ukuze siqinisekise ukuthi these plans are adhered to. We, as the ANC, endorse these IPAs and the IPPs as presented, and we further direct that a clear mechanism for quarterly reviews and reporting be strictly implemented. Siyabonga, Honorable Speaker. As the ANC, we support the item.
Thank you very much, councillors. Are the recommendations noted? Next item, City Manager.
Next item is item 2 on page 10. The approval to transfer funds to the Durban Marine Theme Park, DMTP, called Ushaga Marine, in accordance with the 2025-2026 approved budget. Committee recommends.
Thank you very much, City Manager. Speakers from DA, there are 2. Councillor Perte and Councillor Tipo. Number 2, UIM, is Councillor J. Singh with a minute from Freedom Front Plus. Hines A is Councillor S. Zuma, 2 minutes from MKP and PRM. ANC is Councillor T. Ntuli. In that order, Councillor Perte.
Thank you very much, Speaker. On Friday, the 29th of August, Business Tech ran the following article under the heading, "Here are 5 important things happening in and affecting South Africa." And it then says, "Iconic is South African water park collapsing." And it says the annual report revealed significant financial struggle with average annual operating revenue of 202 million and operating expenses as 264 million. So we're already at 62 million deficit. The report stated that the park cannot achieve financial sustainability without major intervention or ongoing support from the municipality, and as a result of the underspend on repairs and maintenance, this could lead to larger issues as the infrastructure further collapses. That is the Durban Marine Park. Now, if you look at what we say here, when the city initiated it in 2003, the intentions were to serve as a catalyst for urban renewal around the Point Precinct and also to become a strategic tourism facility for the city of Durban as the province of KZN as a whole. Now, only recently did we start, or a week or two ago, that we opened Shepstone Road to a 2-way traffic to lend us access to the Point Precinct. Up until this point, the access to this node was via Point Street, which if you don't have a 4x4, you can barely get through because it's probably one of the poorest maintained streets in the city. And if you don't believe me, take a drive down there. And as while we are opening up Shepstone Road to this node.
Then put a photo.
Yeah, we no longer have Point Street in this city, we have Mahatma Gandhi.
Okay, Councillor Perte.
Yeah, so drive down Mahatma Gandhi and then find that it's just as bad as what Point Street was with no changes yet. Now this lends us to what's supposed to be the tourism hub of the city. Now by implementing Shepstone Road as a 2-way, we may see that we all perceive ourselves to open the road, but it's also a death knell for those who have got businesses in Mahatma Gandhi Street. Now Mahatma Gandhi ends there at the pump station, the one that smells. So just follow the smell and you'll find it there. Now, the reality is that Ishaka is in trouble, and we've been saying it for a very long time, and yeah, Business Tech reveals it on an international platform. So this is what goes out to the world there. We are unable to sustain this entity. You just have to go to the node and see what it looks like there. Empty lots, unkept, an hotel and restaurant that's been standing open, vacant for years. It's more a second-hand Japanese car dealership than what it is the center of a tourism node. The Nelson Mandela passenger terminal is there. There's no shuttle. There's nothing that links the tourism terminal with Ushaka. The other day we went there and we found old people trying to cross the street to at least have a glimpse of the sea while they're disembarking from a passenger ship. And one would have to wonder, why are we not harvesting those dollars and all that money at Ushaka? Because all that we seem to do is elevate the prices. On Saturday I had a discussion with people out from the UK who even found that it was expensive if they compared the exchange rate. A family of 4, go down to Ushaka and see if you get away for under 2,000 rand. It's just become unaffordable. We're outpricing ourselves and we wonder why we're not getting the feet. It's time that we face reality. We're putting plans on the table, we're changing management, we're giving incentives, and at the end of the day, the city foots the bill. If you compare it to similar water parks across the world that are privatized, and I have to use Cape Town as an example, where they've got a private water world that is running at a profit, and everything is in pristine condition. Do yourself a favor, go and Google it. You'll find that what I'm saying is true. We cannot continue to do it in this business model. The node is not sustainable. The real estate is not selling. There's no investment into the area because Ushaka is very much dead. If we don't sustain it from the city, it will not survive. We have to rethink the way we do business. We have to either decide we're going to change it, or we have to privatize it and get rid of it so somebody else can make a success out of it. But we cannot continue with this. But the DA is known for its humanitarian approach. And certainly we are not going to let the animals suffer for the mistakes of the humans. So we will support this 134 million that goes that way of hard-earned ratepayers' money in the interest of the animals. But it's time that we rethink how we do business, else we might as well close the door to that part of town. Thank you, Chair.
Thank you very much, Councillor Peptek. Councillor Tipo.
No, thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. I think there's a lot being said about Ushaka, and I think that we must never forget that the Democratic Alliance will always support economic nodes. I think that is a track record that we have, and that is, Mr. Speaker, why Cape Town and the waterfront does so well, and the Democratic Alliance run waterfront area there. And if we just start making some comparisons, some real comparisons about how Cape Town and the DA runs the city and how Durban and the ANC runs the city, then we start seeing why things are failing. So I'm very sad to say, Mr. Speaker, but the comrades over the past 30 years have failed Ushaka. They have failed to maintain Ushaka at the correct level, and they have failed.
Councillor Tipo, Sisala.
Thank you, Speaker. I think the reference of Cape Town, Speaker, I don't know in which meeting I'm attending. I mean, it's a municipality or in Cape Town. People must just go to Cape Town and leave us alone, please.
Follow Gandhi to the passenger terminal and take the ship to Cape Town.
Councillor Tipo, order, councillors, let's maintain order. Councillor Tipo.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. You know, Mr. Speaker, the eThekwini Council meeting still remains a robust platform for debate. And there are sometimes things that we might say that might not go down well with other parties. And they will sometimes say things that might not go down well with us. But that is why we are here. We are here to debate the politics of the issue, debate the finances, debate the plans, and hopefully at the end of the day we can come up with a sustainable model that will actually work for Ushaka. The DA wants Ushaka to work. The DA wants Mahatma Gandhi Road to work. We've got no problem giving money to Ushaka, but we need to have a guarantee on behalf of of the ratepayers, that that money is going to be correctly spent, that the revitalization plans that have been explained to the Economic Development Committee will be upheld, because let me tell you something, Speaker, in 2026, there's an election coming, and the Democratic Alliance is polling at more than 20%. The ANC is polling at less than 10% in some instances, and we will take over the city, and we will make sure that the money is spent in the way it's meant to be spent. Another point of order.
Yes, Speaker.
Point of order.
Can I check if the Speaker is willing to take a question, Speaker?
Come again?
I'm checking if the Speaker is willing to take a question.
No, I'm not taking questions. Kazatipo?
No, the current Speaker, the Speaker on the floor.
Kazatipo?
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I would have gladly taken a question on that, but you know, well, actually 18 seconds might just be long enough for the comrade from the ANC. Thank you.
Thank you. Councillor Singh, UIM.
Mr. Speaker, Honourable Mayor, colleagues, whilst the United Independent Movement understands the strategic need and value for Shaka World, this grant request comes with a serious contradiction. We are being asked to note a 1.6 million rand loss through irregular expenditure on pages 48 and 49 on this agenda, and then immediately approve a 134 million rand grant. This is irresponsible. It rewards failure and tells our residents that there is no consequence for wasting public money. We cannot in good conscience pour public money into a leaking bucket. Our residents demand accountability. They face service delivery challenges daily and expect us to be ruthless guardians for their funds. Therefore, the United Independent Movement supports this vital grant conditionally. We must have accountability before we approve funding. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Councillor Zuma.
Thank you, Speaker. Today I will echo what I have said previously. Ushaka Marine World should be the pride of eThekwini. It is an iconic facility with enormous potential to showcase our city to the world. But today, Speaker, let us be honest with ourselves. Year after year, we continue to inject funds into this entity without addressing the real and urgent issues that keep tourists and investors away. There are a number of issues within the direct control of the municipality: the persistent sewage contamination of our beaches, rising crime levels, and the lack of cleanliness across the city. Until these are fixed, no theme park can reach its full potential because the environment around it remains unattractive. What is even more concerning is the financial management of the park. The fact that we are required to note the write-off of 1.6 million from the theme park due to irregular expenditure raises serious questions. How can we justify allocating more funds without demanding accountability and change? Yes, the marine theme park is an entity of the municipality, and yes, it is within our prerogative to fund it, but the entity must also find ways to become self-sustainable rather than surviving on bailouts year after year. Speaker, we support this transfer today because we cannot allow this park to collapse, but let us make it one thing clear. This must be the only allocation for this financial year. The park must take responsibility, implement sound management, and work towards sustainability. Most importantly, this municipality must get the basics right: clean beaches, safer streets, and a well-run city. Thank you, Speaker.
Thank you very much. Councillor Ntuli.
You are the material one.
Sibonge somlomo sibingelela amakhosi asendlunkulu. Sibingelele umeya. City all protocol observe. Angikale ngokuthi i-item ephambi kwethu, Speaker. I-item ebikhona in the last council meeting. Mangikhumbula kahle bifike lana inento ye feasibility study, but at the same time ikhuluma ngento yokunikezela iShaka Marine imali. Angukucacisela ukuthi le mali esikhuluma ngayo imali evele siyibudgetile for 2025-2026. Akuyona imali esikhuluma ngayo ngoba sifuna ukungena nakwezinye izinto eziseceleni. Udaba le feasibility study sizolibuyisa silethe la, ngicabanga ukuthi in the next meeting sobe sesibuya nalo ukwenza ukuthi some of the fears ashiwo noma akhala ngama amakhansela sikwazi ukuthi siwalungise. Kodwa speaker ngiyafisa ukuthi kusuka namhlanje sivumelane nje ukuthi DA ingaphinde isichazele ngewaterfront la eThekwini eyenziwa ngo1860 yenziwa uhulumeni obandlululo hayi bona abafike bayithathe over bona. Ngoba lokho kuzosiza ukuthi sikhulume ngento umuntu ayenzi lesikhuluma ngawo manje edemocracy lesiqale manje sesikhona kwidemocracy. Isizathu kwesidala sifanele imali sihambise lapha into yokuqala kunosambu lapha odinga imali yokuthi amitha ama obligation akhe kaJuly kanye noAugust. Okwesibili le grant esibanika yona sometimes bayisebenzisa as imali yokuvalela yokulekelela ngesikhathi esi off peak season. Kubalekile kumasho ukuthi ientity yethu sizoyisiza futhi sinohlelo esobuya nalo sizoletha la council sisho ukuthi from now on kusuka manje kuyaphambili nayo indlela esigcine sibuya nayo ezokwazi ukuthi ilekelele iShaka Marine going forward. Ngicabanga ukuthi speaker ikona okudala ukuthi thina njenganokhongolose sikholele ukuthi njengoba nebudget sayi approve namanje futhi fanele sikwazi ukuthi si support iitem eta thathele imali sasikade esivumile sobanika yona bayithole njengeShaka Marine. Thank you speaker.
Thank you very much, councillors. Recommendations are on the bottom of page 11. Are the recommendations agreed? Next item, City Manager. Okay, thank you. We are now on page 13, the second report of the Executive Committee. His Worship the Mayor will table the report.
Honorable Speaker, colleagues, once again, it's my honor to table the second report of the Executive Committee. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Your Worship. City Manager, please present the item.
Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker. The first report is the report of the Security and Emergency Services Committee from their meeting which was held on the 14th of the 8th, 2025. Item 1.1, request to accept donation of Lucas Joseph Life Spares from a private company. Committee recommends.
Thank you very much, City Manager. Few speakers, Councillor RP Mbonambi, IFP, Councillor Meni, then Councillor N. Ntuli. In that order, Councillor Mbonambi.
Sibonge Speaker, ngibikela amakhansela onke akhona, ngibikele amakhosi akhona, abantu abasendlunkulu, sithi bayede isilo samabandla. Speaker, singana Freedom Party, sithola ukuthi lokhu okwe this equipment is very important to the eThekwini municipality. Ngoba izosiza kakhulu ukuthi ifire emergency department yethu ikwazi ukusebenza kalula itawule kalula abantu mabeqakekile belimele izingozi zezimoto bempitshele phakathi ngoba siyakhumbula ukuthi kuthatha isikhathi uma kunezingozi ezikhona sefuna kutakulwa abantu. Ngakho ke le donation esithola ke kulomlisi waseGermany okwazile ukuthi akhethe iTheku walibona kuyilona elingcono la wonke omasipala bakhona eSouth Africa. Asikwamukele lokhu ukuthi izosisiza kakhulu ngokuba sizohamba sifuna izimali siyothenga lezi zinsiza kusebenza ukuze sisize abantu baseThekwini uma besesingozini nabanye abawomakhelwane bethu. Ngakho ke le donation le somlomo nomkhandlu wonke ibiza i-subsidy samarandi okuyi-donation imali enkulu kabi le ethathwa ifakwe emkhandlwini waseThekwini. Ngakho siyinkatha Freedom Party siyakwamukela lokhu futhi siyanxusa nabanye amakhansela ukuthi akusupporte lokhu kuhle. Siyabonga.
Councillor Ntuli N.
Sibingelele somlomo, sibonga ithuba, sibingelele kubaba Mayor nakubo wonke abakhona ngaphakathi endlini namakhansela wonkana. No baba Speaker, sithanda ukuthi silethe lo mbiko lo wokuthi sicele iCouncil ukuthi isupport i-donation le inkampani yaka Johannesburg Mining Supplies. Angazo
Proceed, Councillor Ntuli. Microphone yakho. Okay. The sound system team, can you please assist him with the roving mic while we are sorting the microphone?
Sound, one, two.
Oh, okay. No, siyabonga baba speaker. Umuntu baba speaker uthanda ukuthi avezela ukuthi njenge African National Congress sithanda ukuthi samukele lolu xhaso lolu olufika nale nkampani le yabafazi laba baseJalimani asebebambisane kakhulu kanye nomasipala waseThekwini iminyaka eminingi edlule ngokuthi balekelele abasebenzi bakwaFire ngokutrainwa kanye nangama equipment abekadilelela kakhulu umasipala. So njengoba sebethatha isinqumo sokuthi sebeyathi khomu, so sebethi ke abasinikelele ngale lo xhaso lolu oluzolekelela kakhulu ekutheni siqhube umsebenzi wokuthi sikwazi ukuthi makukhona izimo eziphuthumayo bakwazi ukuthi silekelele. So ngale donation ke baba speaker so kwazi ukuthi sonke imali engango 500,000, so sifisa ukuthi council ilamukele lo xhaso lolu njenge ANC okuthi siyalamukela. Siyabonga kakhulu.
Thank you, Deputy Mayor.
Honorable Speaker, His Worship, the Mayor, CM, ESCO members, sikhuleke kumakhosi asendlunkulu, sibingelele nabasibuka endaweni zobuxhakaxhaka. We want to convey our gratitude to Johannesburg Mining Supply for this donation of Jaws of Life spares to our municipality. This equipment will assist us to rescue disturbed victims of motor vehicles that are involved in the crash and also the structural collapse. It is also important to highlight that the municipality will indeed save money by receiving this. It's also a part of our mission as the committee to say that we need to expand the resources. Furthermore, this donation will also improve the service delivery and save life during the emergency and rescue operation. The NFP supports the donation. I thank you.
Thank you. Are the recommendations agreed, councillors? City Manager, next item.
Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker. The next item is item 2.1. It's from the Finance Committee. Item 2.1 is Budget Statement Report for the month ended 31st July 2025. Committee recommends.
Thank you. Councillor R. McPherson, number 1 from TA, EFF. Councillor Ndlovu, number 2, Action SA. Councillor Mwango, 2 minutes, PRM and MKP, ANC, Councillor Nala. In that order, Councillor McPherson, number 1. Is a part of the meeting. Okay. Councillor Ndlovu.
Covered, Speaker.
Thank you. Councillor Mwango.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, I will emphasize what one raised during the committee meeting, especially around the issue of Durban Iconic Tower development. Honorable Speaker, this was a good initiative which was going to really bring investment to the city and create a lot of jobs that were necessary even till to date. Unfortunately, we seem to have a lot of bureaucratic processes, and we need to really try and streamline our approval processes. It can't be that, Honorable Speaker, till to date, such a wonderful project have not yet able to start. This investment of 7.5 billion rand has gone completely. I don't believe we'll ever get this investor back in the city. It's a reality that says, as the municipality, we need to is we're going to keep losing investors in our municipality if we are creating red tapes. And the appeal was that the honorable mayor and the city manager look at these red tapes so that in future we don't find ourselves losing such big investments, because you can imagine what this 7.5 billion rand could have done to the growth and economy of this city. Now we are sitting at a position could have done to the growth and economy of this city. Now we are sitting at a position where you have advertised are no more putting their documents just because they are individuals who have asked 10% from this developer. You must investigate. Thank you.
Thank you, Councillor Nala.
Angibonga ithuba, Mr. Speaker, ngibingelele ubaba Mayor and all the colleagues in the House. Ngizoqala ngibonge nje ukuthi Speaker sethu sokuqala obekufanele ngabe sikhulumile asikhulumanga. Sengathi leyo momentum bangayigcina kanjalo nje. Mhlambe Speaker
uqala ukukhuluma ungazazi ufuna ukuthini ikukhuluma abangakhulumanga nje.
Ngiyafisa ukuphendula ubaba umthetho kodwa ke kulungile. Ngiyamhlonipha kakhulu umhlonishwa esinaye endlini. The financial year ending 31st July 2025 was characterized by both opportunities and challenges for eThekwini municipality. On the one hand, the municipality continued to advance its developmental mandate by sustaining essential service delivery, investing in infrastructure, and protecting vulnerable communities. On the other hand, global and national economic conditions placed considerable strain on revenue collection, operating cost, and the pace of capital project implementation. Despite these challenges, the municipality has made measurable progress in stabilizing its financial position. The overall financial position of the city remains stable and sound. As at 31st July 2025, cash on hand was 4.9 billion, or insuku ezu-35 cash on hand. After unspent grants, there was 32 days cash on hand. This is within the norm. The current ratio was 1.12 to 1, which is also within the norm. Revenue collection broadly aligned with the approved budget, supported by strengthened billing systems, targeted credit control, and improved grant utilization. The collection rate was 94%, an improvement from the same period in the prior year. There are no revenue and operating expenditure issues at this stage of the financial year. Revenue is 2% above the year-to-date budget. Expenditure was managed prudently, with operating costs controlled through cost containment measures and a deliberate shift towards preventative maintenance and infrastructure rehabilitation. Capital expenditure was directed to priority sectors such as water and sanitation, electricity distribution, roads, transport corridors, and human settlements. Projects that directly support economic competitiveness and community well-being. However, departments were still finalizing accruals during the month of July. There are weekly capital monitoring meetings to deal with capital projects. This includes interrogating the spend and identifying any obstacles that need to be removed. Procurement planning is also closely monitored to ensure that delays on projects are minimized and spend maximized. Repairs and maintenance spend year to date is 0.39% with a project spend of 7.2% by financial year end. This demonstrates the commitment of the city to asset management and the maintenance and rehabilitation of its assets. This will help improve service delivery to communities. Governance and compliance remained a central focus All statutory reporting obligations in terms of MFMA were met, and internal control systems were enhanced to reduce irregular, fruitless, and wasteful expenditure. Supply chain processes were tightened with increased emphasis on transparency, value for money, and consequence management. These interventions reinforce confidence in the municipality's financial management and audit readiness. Look ahead, the municipality is committed to strengthening its financial sustainability and positioning itself as a resilient, inclusive, and competitive city. Key priorities for the medium term, including improved revenue collection and protection, leveraging partnerships for catalytic infrastructure, expanding preventative maintenance, and accelerating the use of technology for financial and operational efficiency. Equally, the municipality remains focused on addressing inequality and ensuring that pro-poor spending is protected through free basic services, targeted housing investments, and township development programs. There is a very moderate gearing of the balance sheet of 17.05% due to prudent borrowings. The norm is 45%. In addition, total borrowings to total assets is 11.92% against the norm of 25%. This means that the city has capacity to borrow more to address its service delivery backlogs. However, the impact of affordability of tariffs to ratepayers and the financial sustainability of the city will be considered in the first instance. In conclusion, Chair, let me remind my fellow comrades on the opposition. The DA will always tell you about Cape Town, but did you know that some township areas continue to lack in infrastructure funding? An example, Camps Bay received 427 million for sewer upgrades, while Guguletu received only 154 million.
Pinda.
A former councillor in Cape Town once shared that in 2024-2025, the wealthier sub-council 16 received 249 million, while impoverished sub-council 9, Ikaelisha Leyo, got 66 million despite the greater need. Despite a challenging economic environment, the eThekwini municipality closed the year with a stable financial posture, protected essential services, and advanced critical infrastructure, strengthened governance, more disciplined spending, and focused revenue management provide a solid base for the next MTREF. Continued emphasis on reliability, resilience, and catalytic investments paired with social protection and sound compliance will support a more inclusive and competitive eThekwini in the years ahead.
Thank you very much, councillors. Thank you. Are the recommendations agreed? Next item, City Manager.
Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker. Next item is 2.2 on page 16. It's public tender awards of eThekwini municipality for the month ending on the 31st of July 2025. Committee recommends.
Thank you, City Manager. Councillors, are the recommendations noted? Next item.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Item 2.3, the investment report for the month ended 31st July 2025. Committee recommends.
Thank you, City Manager. Are the recommendations noted, councillors? Thank you.
Item 2.4, billing report for the month ended 31st of July 2025. Committee recommends.
Okay. Okay, Sapegi Kulumla, right? Azeki Kulumla, are the recommendations noted? Thank you.
Item 2.5, debt collection report of the month ending 31st July 2025. Committee recommends.
Right, asibambeni kasinoki la ngexoxo la. Sibambe. Hayi siyaxoxa kokho lethu. Right, Item 2.5, right? They are speakers, councillors. Councillor McPherson, you're number 1. Councillor Pekte, you're number 2. Councillor S. Gavenda, you're number 3. Councillor S. Paskin, 2 minutes. From PRM and MKP is from Action SA. Councillor M. Sitole, ANC. Councillor M. Gasa, ANC, the last speaker. In that order, Councillor McPherson. Okay, Perte.
Thank you very much, Chair. It's nice to listen to fairy tales, but one also has to realize that in every fairy tale there's a wolf. And my colleague across the street obviously hasn't made any provision in the 32 days cash on hand to make sure that the wolf is fed. Because although we may say that our collection is of such that we got cash in hand and we are within the benchmark starts at 1 month. So with the unspent grants, we are just over 1 month, which is very far from the 1 to 3 months. And then also if we look at how much we're collecting, and we want to boast that we are at 94%, one has to realize that 94% means that you've got a compounded loss every month, because you should be collecting over 100%, because then you are collecting your current billing as well as your outstanding. Then you wouldn't have a debtors book that's now grown to 40 billion rand. You would have a debtors book going in the other direction. And the way that we now, our debtors book would soon start surpassing our annual budget. And one would have to wonder how you're going to balance that scale. But let's get back to the reality of the collections. We sitting at 40 billion, of which 79% is household debt. 40% of that relates to water, 25% to rates, and 15% to electricity. Now you wonder how long can we sustain it, because when we look at the reasons why our debt is growing, one of them says the people cannot afford it anymore. And you wonder why they can't afford it. It's because that 40% of water means that those who are paying are also carrying the burden of the 58% of water that's lost, that we can't account for. So somewhere somebody has to pay. So if you continue loading those that are paying or burdening those who are paying, at some stage it comes to the point where they say, we cannot. You can only load so much, and when you load that last straw, the donkey's back breaks. And it seems like that is where we are. And then you also wonder about the accounts that are incorrect and not being resolved, because, and now I want to come to where water comes into effect, because we are, as of Monday, finding that water is even further curtailed from the bulk supplier, which means we've got less disposable water to go out to the people, which means the pipes are empty. And we all know what happens with empty pipes. That air that comes through the system spins that meter. And it spins that meter. And the revenue, the billing goes up. But we don't resolve that for the people. So a lot of what we see here is also billing issues. So one would have to wonder with the water that's further curtailed, how are we going to explain this to the people that they've got no water in their taps, yet they're paying for air, yet we say we are collecting enough money. It's not so. You know, and then also one would have to wonder at which point we are going to face the elephant in the room and going to do something about the non-revenue water. Because if you got your electricity at 15%, one would say, well, how did you come to that? You say probably because we've got prepaid meters. And then one would have to ask, at which point are we going to pursue the prepaid water meters? Would that not put us in a position that you are able to receive as you are able to afford? And that's over and above the free water that we give every day to the indigent, because we've made provision for that, but we're unfortunately not metering that, we are not monitoring it, and the taps keep running, and we wonder where it's going. And then also with the curtailing of the water and the ensuing cost thereof, one would have to ask, where's the synergy between the municipality and the bulk water supplier? Because the one tells you one thing and the other one tells you another thing. We got 2 weeks notice that the water are going to be or would be further curtailed, which then afforded the municipality more time to fix the infrastructure so that we don't lose and come to the detriment of our users. Yet, if there's anybody in this room that cannot put a hand up and say, I do not know of a water pipe that was left running for 5, 6, maybe 12 hours without being fixed, and then how do we recover that? We burden those that are able to pay. So I can sit here and I can unpack this for a long time, and I must say my colleague just now came over very well articulated, but like I said, the fairy tale of it, we can pat ourselves on the shoulder all the time, but we are steering towards a disaster. We cannot continue riding this book. I'm not even going to go into the parastatal debt and government debt, because that's minuscule if you take it in comparison to what the household debt is. But one again have to ask, how much of that is actual debt? And how much of it is queries that have not been resolved? We are sitting with residents out there with accounts 4, 5, 600,000, which they have not had any answers from the municipality, and some of them go back a year. It's almost like, let's just put it in the file. We don't know how to resolve it, and at the end of the day, the accounts just run up and run up. And then you also have to wonder, are we just billing people so we make the books look good? That's why we're estimating, so that it looks like our revenue is well, but how much are we actually banking? So I'm not going to go any further. I think I've said enough for people to ponder. Sometimes if you say too much, you forget what you're supposed to be listening to. The reality is, how far can we go? So we are definitely not in that perfect financial position as people perceive it to be. Thank you, Chair.
Thank you, Councillor Stolle.
Ngiyabonga Speaker. Khongolose, we note with great concern the ever-increasing debtors book of our city, which is attributed to poverty and unemployment, loss of income, poor indigent support management, influx of informal settlements, slow pay rates from government departments, and our customers tampering with their meters, just to mention the few. But nonetheless, asikwazi ukuchitha amanzi nengane. We are pleased to announce that in the month of July alone, the city has collected 4 billion rands against the target of 3 billion rands. And the city is comfortable sitting at 94% collection rate. And as uKhongolose siyathemba ukuthi mangase silekelelwe nje ekuthenini kuqashwe abantu laba bazolekelela in speeding up the process yama indigents, singakwazi ukuthi silekeleleke ngendlela engcono, nokuthi sonke samakhansela zomkhandlu senze isiqiniseko sokuthi mesibona kuvuza amanzi ngasemakhaya sisheshe report zonke lezo zinto zingasilekelela ekutheni singayitholi sinama cost unnecessary. Uyagula vese phela ukhansela.
Thank you, Councillor Kaso.
Warm greetings, Speaker of this august House. I'm eloquently covered by my colleague, Councillor Stolle. Thank you.
Thank you very much, councillors. Are the recommendations noted? Next item,
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Item 2.6 on page 37 is the closeout report on the special debt relief dated 8th August 2025. Committee recommends.
2.6, page 37, a few speakers in my list. Councillor McPherson, Councillor Perte, Councillor S. Cavender, IFP, is Councillor maybe Councillor, you'll assist us when you speak to help us to pronounce your surname correctly. From HNSA, then Councillor Klaba. Thank you. In that order, McPherson. Perte.
Thank you, Chair. So for once, somebody else is going to have a problem with the surname and not only me, but be that as it may. In reference to what my colleague just said about the collection of the 4 billion in June as opposed to the expected 1 billion, one would, again, there comes that thing about patting on the back. Because that extra billion came in because of a special debt relief program. It wasn't about or anything to do with normal collection. It's because we opened a window for people to get 50% discount by paying 50%. That's where the 1 billion comes from. Now, as much as we might be excited about that 1 billion, the expectations were with the special debt relief program to garner between 3 and 6 billion. So we only actually got 1 billion of the 6 that we expected, which is less than 20%. So it's not really something to write home about. But one would have to ask, with the special debt relief program, where did it go wrong? Because if we were expecting to get between 3 and 6 billion by giving people 50% discount, which is a big bargain, where did we fail? Unfortunately, as happened before when we have the special debt relief programs, we didn't communicate it properly. People did not know about it. So even those who wanted to take the opportunity were there too late. Our staff were not properly trained. They did not know that it's happening. So when people arrived, they said, we don't know about it yet, maybe next to come back together. Again, we're losing time. Then we didn't automate it. We went to a manual system, which means people had to take pen and paper and then later had to link it in. We also didn't clean up the system prior to that. So remember that when I said about the queries. So what we expected people is to come in with that 500,000 Rand account, pay 250,000, we would give 250 off if we are, meaning the municipality, would give 250,000 Rand discount, but actually of that, 300 was still in dispute. We did not resolve the query prior to making that happen. Yes, we did facilitate some overtime and long queues were formed, but people came there and after sitting 2-3 hours in the queue then had to go away, go and do certain things. Again, that manual system. And that was possibly the failure of our previous debt relief programs, very much the same, that we don't give people prior notice, don't give them enough time to get their documents together, don't resolve the issues, people are not trained, people are not automated and able to do real-time changes, and when the account comes the next month, that manual has not pulled through to the automation and people get very frustrated. Now, all of that I'm saying is yes, so it's not thumbsuck, it's in the report. Now, one would have to ask, how do we go forward? Because of our outstanding debt, the reality is a lot of it, we are not going to receive it. It's not going to be coming back. We're not going to get it. It's irrecoverable. And the DA has posted motions or had motions passed in this council to say that this debt relief programs definitely can yield us some good results. And we really propose that this council consider very similar, if not the 50-50 again. But in doing that, all those potholes that we drove through in Mahatma Gandhi Street to get to Point, very much the same here, is we need to fix it beforehand. we need to open a window to give people opportunity to bring their queries. We have to have a dedicated staff that handle those queries and resolve them, very much as what we do with rates clearance, because it's very much the same kind of exercise, so that with the amount is quantified and agreed to before entering into the agreement. That we link the manual to an automated system so that we process it real time and it reflects, that the staff are properly trained, and very importantly, that we timely give the account holders notice of what is required, because very often we fall on our face when it comes to communication in this department. We are not telling the people what we need them to bring to be able to help them, and then it becomes a very frustrating exercise from pillar to post, come back today, go to town, and so forth and so forth. So from the DA side, we would, while noting this report, as well as the municipal recovery of only 1 billion in comparison to between 3 and 6 billion, we really recommend that we reconsider this, and then possibly towards a part of the year, like the latter part of the year, we're going into the third or the fourth quarter now, that we look at towards the end of the year when people have more disposable income, people may get bonuses, and it gives them more of an opportunity to defray some of this, because in some instances people even have to go and do loans, or they have to cash in policies and so forth to do this, and sometimes that takes a 30-day notice, and we really ask that we looked at that, but more towards the latter part of the year and not in the first quarter of the year, because then people are usually otherwise committed, school fees and so forth. Maybe that's the time in the last quarter of the year, maybe this year, forfeit the turkey in favor of getting water and electricity reinstated. So we noted, and we really plead with this council to reconsider a similar program in line with notices of motion tabled by this party to this council that are presently under consideration. Thank you, Chair.
Thank you. IFP.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. We note the special debt relief program report and acknowledge the 1 billion rand recovered, and thank the customers for taking advantage of this relief. We will welcome with anticipation and implementation of the same program. We are aware that many customers were turned away for various reasons. The challenges are also noted. I focus on the lack of staff training. This has hindered the program results. Whilst on the subject of staff, we urge management to issue memorandums to Sizakala centers on how to treat our elderly and pensioners. Our parents and grandparents deserve respect and dignity for their willingness to pay their bills. They don't claim entitlement. Although they struggle with affordability and fall into debt, they are willing to make arrangements and pay for what they owe. They should be respected. Thank you.
Thank you. Action SA.
Thank you, Speaker. It's Saul Baskin, B-A-S-C-K-I-N, Baskin, just for the record. I'd like to thank the Baskin. Baskin. I'd like to record the appreciation for the debt relief that was put into place, especially these accounts being non-recoverable and interest being charged.
Councillor, please speak closer to your microphone.
The response from the residents.
Order.
The response from the residents was overwhelming, with long queues and massive delays in terms of our residents. Many of them had to leave because they couldn't.
Order, Speaker.
Press John.
Right, which rule are you
Baskin. No, Speaker, we can hardly hear him. We just want him to raise his voice. And I also just to ask whether we don't have probation here, because the councillor was introduced today.
Press John.
Thank you, Councillor.
Right, despite the program.
Order. Councillors, order. Let me address one issue. Order, Councillor. Councillors, listen. Your conduct does not reflect well to the members of the public that are watching this council meeting. This is not the manner you receive a new person in the family. Now, the councillor, listen. This is serious. The councillor is here legally representing his party and his constituents. Now, when he's being afforded an opportunity to address council, he should be respected by all other council members.
He didn't greet us.
It's not good, councillors, that because he's here for the first time, then he will be mistreated by some council members because of some utterances you are making. Now, I'm saying this, councillor, so that those who are watching from all over, they should not reach a conclusion as if this is approved by council. Thank you. Councillor, proceed.
Thank you, Speaker.
Yes, Councillor Zondi.
With regards to...
Order, Councillor Zondi.
Siyabonga, Speaker. Kodwa befane baqale basitshela ukuthi bamsiphi umfundisi, Speaker, before akhulume yabonga.
Proceed, Councillor.
Speaker.
Yes, Councillor.
Right. However, unresolved accounts...
Order.
Point of order, Speaker.
Unresolved accounts still...
Yes, Councillor Komeni.
Thank you, Speaker. Thank you. I think Councillor Basin did not greet us first as his colleagues, so that is why now we are kind of disturbed.
No, Councillor Komeni, out of order.
Stop it. Speaker.
Out of order.
Speaker,
point of order. Out of order, Councillor Swaga.
No, Speaker, can I just check? Because I might not be familiar with the rules, but I know in soccer, you are allowed to change a number of players you can play in a match. Now, I don't know how many times Action SA can change councillors in one time.
Councillor Soga, you're out of order.
It's a song.
Proceed, Councillor Pixon.
Despite the relief offered, there still remain a huge amount of outstanding debt that's unrecoverable. The lack of automation, the non-performance of the staff at the centres, the red tape that residents were put through, and the inability of them to process these claims on or the relief on time. So we second the motion that extending this program and putting it back on the table on the same terms should be done in the near future. Thank you.
Mayor, Your Worship, Councillor Klaba.
Thank you very much, Honourable Speaker. Speaker, a debt relief is not a measure that you apply at whims. There are many factors that you consider. One of them is to ensure the integrity of your own budget. Your decision must not compromise service delivery. From the 16th of May to 30 July, we introduced a special debt relief program. It was special because it is a rare occurrence and it must not be recklessly applied. When we introduced the relief program, we were intentional. We wanted to intervene to alleviate the financial burden on households and business, improve recoverability from the debtors while we reduce the area debt. We proposed a 50% discount on condition that the customer pays his or her 50% in full and final settlement. In addition, we allowed customers who were owing a debt for the months February to June to settle the debt over a period of 6 months. The full impact of this debt relief program is yet to be assessed, Councillor Berchte. What we know now is that 50% was written off. The write-off meant that customers that were owing 2 billion rand collectively benefited a total amount of up to 1 billion rand. The customers were struggling to pay. The majority of paying customers were in arrears in one way or another. Our paying customers were frustrated at huge bills as a result of water leaks and incorrect billings, back pays related to the reversal of the 6 kiloliters benefit. These are customers that were getting a free basic water of 6 kiloliters erroneously over a long period of time. And when it was reversed, their bills shot up. It is true, Honourable Speaker, that we expected to collect 6.3 billion rand. I must admit that we set ourselves an ambitious target in view of the period within which the program was to run. While it was for 1 May to 30 June, as per the decision of ESCO, but it needed the approval of this House that was obtained on the 15th of May, which effectively gave our customers from 16 of May to 30 June. It cannot really be attributed to poor communication, but rather on insufficient time given. The period, I must admit, was too short to enable our customers to prepare themselves. With the benefit of hindsight, ladies colleagues, we ought to have announced and then gave a future date that would be in 2 or 3 months. This would afford our customers time to prepare themselves better and rearrange their financial position to access the benefit. It would be reckless to call for another relief before we have made a full impact assessment of the relief and addressed some of the hindrances that our customers faced during this winter period. For example, some of our customers were still waiting for answers from the city to their own queries. There are lessons learned. We must act on them. Next time we introduce such relief, we will afford our customers more time to prepare themselves. I have received several representations for the reintroduction of the program, and Mr. Honourable Speaker, I'm considering them. Of course, once the Finance Committee has seen the full impact and has weighed all the evidence, it will then make the necessary recommendations to ESCO and to this House. But for now, it's all systems go, and whoever is paying the city must pay. Those who are not paying must pay. And if you are not paying, we are implementing our credit control measures, and that you may get yourself switched off from our supply or hand it over to the lawyers. So for now, we need money. People must pay for services, they must pay for water, they must pay for lights, they must pay for rates, because it's money we need to repair our infrastructure, to maintain our infrastructure, and to extend services to our people. The city doesn't receive any money outside from the money that it collects from its customers on rates, on water, and on electricity. The only grant we received is just for capital projects. Even then, it's too little to address all our issues. Therefore, we must collectively, we must stand together. Therefore, we must stand together and encourage our communities to pay for services. With those words, thank you very much, Honorable Speaker.
Thank you very much, councillors. The recommendations noted.
Thank
Next
you very much,
item.
Honorable Speaker. On page 41 is the report of the trading services from their meeting which was held on the 20th of the 8th, 2025. Item 3.1, request for reallocation of savings identified to support critical projects within the Energy Management Directorate budget for the 2025-2026 financial year. Committee recommends.
Thank you, City Manager. The recommendations are great, councillors. Thank you. City
Item
Manager.
3.2, request for authority to be granted to the Director Real Estate to acquire by means of private treaty, acquisition or expropriation of the land servitudes required by the Zwelbomvu 2 Reservoir Inlet, Phase 2, construction of 500 millimeter and 588 millimeter steel inlet main, Ward 7 and Ward 100. Committee recommends.
Thank you very much, City Manager. I've got few speakers here. From the DA, I've got two, Councillor Z. Mkize, Councillor E. Smith, EFF, Councillor V. Madlala, IFP, Councillor R.P. Mbonambi, from the ANC, Councillor S.B. Cele. In the order, Councillor Mkize.
Angibingelele Mayor, Deputy Mayor, Somlomo, colleagues, official namakhosi aseNdlunkulu. Somlomo ngithatha ithuba ngibongela abantu bakwaZwelibovu, iNwabi, iSalem, oFudu naseNgonyameni ngokuthi isikhathi esizayo bazokwakhelwa ireservoir yabo. Ekubeni kade behlupheka sonke lesi sikhathi yonke leminyaka bengawathola amanzi. Sesiside kakhulu isikhathi abantu bakithi behluphekela amanzi ikakhulu ezindaweni esengizibalile. Siyanxusa Somlomo ukuba lo mnyango onikezwa lo msebenzi wokuthenga le ndawo usheshise ngoba uthenga uphinde futhi wakhe ngokushesha isikhathi ungaze kuphele iminyaka eminingi abantu bakwaZoli.
Speaker.
Yes. What was that? Councillor Ndlovu.
Aye. How? What's that?
Councillor Mkize. Councillor Ndlovu.
Begungapha Speaker.
No. I noted Councillor Ndlovu. Your hand was up, eh? Yeah. Okay. Can we assist with the roving microphone, please? Let me take Councillor Kulu. Kulu. Order.
Speaker, ngisukuma nokudideka Speaker because i-report beyikhuluma ngokwakhiwa kwepipe i-outlet kwi-reservoir yaseZwelibomvu. Manje Speaker esikhulumayo njengamanje sikhuluma ngokwakhiwa kwe-reservoir. Now it was to register i-servitude la kwakhiwe khona. Now
order. Don't smack your views when we are requesting the attention of the speaker. You must raise the order you are raising, not to address council without authority or to do so.
I'm right.
Order. Ndlovu.
Thank you, Somlomo. I-report i-speaker esikhulumayo sithi kwakhiwa reservoir cha i-report izocela ukuthi sinike u-real estate igunya lokuthi oxoxisana nabantu. Manje umthetho angazi ungenapha.
Order. Kahleni. Yeah, usuku niliqale kahle kuseni. Ngiyabona uma sekuqala kushaya 1 khona into efika neumoya yokuthi nifuna ukuphuma esandleni. Asiqhubeke nje ngomgqiqo sekuseni sihambeni ngawo. Kazela Mkhize eqhubeka.
Ngiyabonga Somlomo. Kuyajabulisa kona phela ngoba omakhelwane bami laba abakhulumayo.
Kahleke ibambe lapho ke kahleke. Awenziwa ke Mkhize kanjalo la. Uyabona ke Kabazela. Uyabona ke le ebukhilwane. Ibambeni lele ekhaya la. Asikhulumi ngobukhilwane, sikhuluma ngomsebenzi ye-council. Ibambe njenge-council manje hayi ngobukhilwane. Qhubeka.
Hayi ngiyaxolisa Speaker. Kahle nje bengifisa nje ukusho ukuthi thina njenge DA siyawusupporta lo mbono omuhle kakhulu. Ngikona bekufisa ukusho nje.
Thank you very much, Councillor Smith.
Yes, good morning, Chair. Good morning, colleagues. Right, yes, Chair, so obviously with this item, authority has sought for the approval for the Director of Real Estate to acquire by means of private treaty the acquisition and or expropriation of the land or servitudes required for the Zwelimbovu 2 reservoir inlet for phase 2 for the construction of a 500 millimeter and 588 steel inlet main on Ward 7 and 100. Chair, fundamentally we don't have an issue with this except that when the reports come through to us, the issues here need to obviously have some financial aspect dealt with, and when it came, the phrasing of the financial obligations from council was not stipulated, and it would rather be put in at a later stage, which doesn't tally quite correctly. And obviously, when we're talking about the matter of servitudes going forward in this kind of regard, we always have some kind of costing that's placed in these types of reports. And there is a certain sense of discomfort that when we peruse these types of reports to say, well, we need some sort of idea to be able to say, okay, well, the costing is going to be X, Y, and Z. And obviously, because this matter is related to supplying these communities with the much needed water that are needed, obviously we would appreciate going forward that there is effective costing in these type of reports and not just left in the air, because that opens this council up to problematic issues going forward. But yeah, as my colleagues said, this obviously has a larger supply issue for the communities affected, and we are in support of that. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Councillor Madlala, EFF.
Sibingelele Speaker. Thina si-EFF siyavumelana impela nako kuyimqondo omuhle. Kodwa into esikhathazayo indlela abantu basengonyameni abasosizini ngalo. Ngicabanga ukuthi sifana sabantu abasemanzini amnyama. Indlela amanzi asehambe ngayo akufiki water tanking sekuphele almost 6 months kwezinye indawo amanzi ngafikisha water tank eyodwa. Siyafisa ukuthi while le project izothatha isikhathi eside kodwa ibe khona indlela ukuthi abantu bekwazi ukuthola amanzi okuphuza, kungaba ukuthi amavaterikana afika ngoba naku eyodayisela abantu koJojo. Siyacela ukuthi amanzi efika indlela ayifika ngawo kusafaka uAqua, at least akhishwe le nkampani ekhona yalamandiyala kufakwe uAqua. Siyayicelela, siyabonga.
Councillor Madlala. Councillor Madlala.
SCM.
Madlala. Councillor Madlala.
Yes, Speaker.
Can you withdraw the utterances you have made?
I withdraw.
Okay, thank you. The next speaker is Councillor RP Mbonambi.
Asibonge Speaker. Somlomo siyinkathi free party siyakweseka ukulethwa kwale item la kwi council. Speaker, umbono omuhle uku-edwa kwamapayipi ngenxa yokuthi siyazi ukuthi iTheku lihaqwe inkinga yamanzi nemiphakathi eminingi iney'nkinga zamanzi ayikwazi amanzi afinyelele kuzo. Esiyazi-ke Speaker ukuthi konke kuhamba ngebhajethi but siyinkathi Freedom Party bese kuthanda ukuthi nakwezinye izindawo lapha amanzi engafinyeleli khona ukuthi kusasetshenzwa ngapha ekozwelibomvu la indawo seduze ezakhelelayo kube kubheda kwezinye izindawo. Siyinkathi Freedom Party sithi hayi uhlelo oluhle siyabonga.
Thank you, Bonambi. Councillor SB Cele.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Greetings to you, His Worship, the Mayor, City Manager, everyone in the House, and the public. Item ephambi kwethu ke Speaker. Okokuqala nje sicela ukubongela uZwelibovu inwabe Salem nasofudu isengonyameni. Mhlambe emva kwesikhathi eside amanzi engekho lapha yakodwa siyababongela ukuthi ke njengoba iitem esilethiwe la kuthina izocela nje imvume ukuthi sinikeze ureal estate imvume yezingxoxo nabanikazi beindawo ngoba zi privately owned ukuthi kuvunyelwane. Further report to be submitted once financial implications have been quantified. So emva kokuthi ke sekuxoxiwe izophinda futhi ibuyele la kuthina ukuthi ke mhlambe kuvunyelwana ngokuthini nabanikazi beindawo ithinta nje ke lapho Ward 100 no Ward 7 ilabo bantu ke abazothola amanzi mhlawumbe ukuthi nje sidedele leyo mvume sinikeze real estate noma sazi ke ukuthi ke kunama SCM processes but ke engazuthi mekuthintakala le ndaba zamanzi kungashesha konke ukuze abantu bathole amanzi noma ngabe nje ke yini ethinta isidingo samanzi fanele ngabe leyo nto iyasukunyelwa su ANC siyayithakasela futhi ke siyababongela kakhulu. Ngiyabonga Speaker.
Yeah, thank you very much. The recommendations are great.
Agreed.
Next item.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Page 45, item 3.3. Request for authority to enter into a revised memorandum of understanding between the eThekwini Municipality and the Water Institute of Southern Africa. Committee recommends.
Thank you very much, two speakers. Councillor from Action SA, Councillor S. Baskin, 2 minutes, PRM and MKP, ANC, Councillor T.G. Makanya. In that order.
Singlambed.
Thank you, Speaker, and thank you to all the councillors for the warm welcome, especially to Councillor Nkumeni.
Speaker.
Order,
Much appreciated.
Speaker.
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 Yes, there are 2 hands, Councillor Swoga.
Speaker, I'm concerned about freedom of speech of Councillor Mngwangu. From today, he's been banned from speaking. Can you please protect him?
Speaker, I so.
Yeah.
Speaker.
I can't see the board.
Nyimbezi.
Yeah, Nyimbezi.
Speaker, sinothi ukuthi ubiyela ungaphandle so donation yeminute yakhe lapha ku-Action SA ngicabanga seyimanasa. Thank you. Lo MK.
No donate minutes akekho meeting.
Somlo.
Right. Kambule.
Somlomo ngibona ngathi sisuke ku 3.2 sasesiya ku 3.5 ku 3.3 singawenzi.
No, 3.3 manje page 43. Yeah, page 43, item 3.3. Right.
Do 45 u city manager. I think put it in.
Hayi bamba mina ngiphethe umhlangano ibheka mina wena. Proceed, Councillor.
This memorandum is from 2022, Memorandum of Understanding. It's specifically committed to tackling non-revenue water management pressure management, and the rollout of automatic meter reading systems, and the development of smart city and digital infrastructure. It's also included tariff modeling and other highly important initiatives. Despite this being in place for 3 years, the funds have not been utilized. While the challenges have grown worse, our residents face daily water cuts due to non-performance, due to poor non-revenue water management, and with water losses at over 57% of supply. At the same time, households endure continuous billing erosion.
Time, Speaker.
Eroding public confidence.
Order.
Speaker, this extension must result in real implementation, not further delays. Water and sanitation lie at the heart of the residents' dignity, heart of the residents' dignity and the city's sustainability and our financial sustainability. We cannot afford another cycle of inaction. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Councillor
Makanya.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Greetings to the Mayor, all councillors, officials, school and Makosina Sendlinkun. Chair, it is important to understand what does this MOU seek to address. The aim of this MOU is clear. It is to identify and implement community impact projects and to address local service delivery challenges. The ANC agreed to support or not the item due to the fact that there will be no financial implications and the project will be implemented using the funds already transferred to WISA. Using the funds already transferred to WISA under the original agreement. And the fortunate part is that all activities will be carried out within the scope of the existing budget. Hence, I am humble, begging everyone to feel free to note the item. Aina Mgozi. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker.
Agreed. No, sorry, noted. It's only 3.5.3 that is for approval. Is 3.5.3 agreed? Thank you. City Manager.
Page 47, item number 4, is the report of Economic Development and Planning Committee.
Ward 36, which you know is
Bhekene naso njengamanje ukuthi isimo sokuguquka kwezulu sokuguquka